The case of the missing necklace. Raj was a famous detective in Mumbai, known for his brilliant mind and keen observation skills. He lived in a modest apartment on Marine Drive, where he was often visited by his friend and assistant, Dr. Rajesh Kumar. One day, a young woman named Priya Sharma knocked on his door, looking very distressed. She said she had come to seek his help in finding her missing necklace, which was a family heirloom and very valuable. "What can you tell me about the necklace?" Raj asked. "It's a gold chain with a ruby pendant, shaped like a lotus flower. It belonged to my grandmother, who gave it to me on my wedding day. It's the only thing I have left of her," Priya said. "When did you last see it?" Raj asked. "Yesterday morning, before I left for work. I put it in my jewelry box, which I keep in my bedroom closet. When I came back home in the evening, I found the box empty and the necklace gone," Priya said. "Did you notice anything else unusual or out of place?" Raj asked. "No, nothing. Everything else was as I left it. The door was locked and there were no signs of forced entry. I live alone, so no one else has access to my apartment," Priya said. Raj thought for a moment and then said, "I'll take your case, Mrs. Sharma. But I'll need to see your apartment and examine the scene of the crime." "Of course, Mr. Raj. Thank you so much for your help. Please follow me," Priya said. She led Raj and Rajesh to her car and drove them to her apartment building in Bandra. She unlocked the door and invited them inside. Raj immediately began to look around the living room, scanning every detail with his sharp eyes. He noticed a framed photo of Priya and her husband on the mantelpiece, a vase of fresh flowers on the coffee table, a stack of magazines on the sofa, and a laptop on the desk. He moved on to the bedroom, where he saw a large bed with pink sheets, a dressing table with a mirror and various cosmetics, a closet with clothes neatly arranged on hangers, and a small wooden box on a shelf. He opened the box and saw that it was lined with velvet and had several compartments for different types of jewelry. He examined each compartment carefully and found that they were all empty except for one, which contained a pair of earrings. He took out the earrings and held them up to the light. They were gold hoops with small diamonds embedded in them. "These are very nice earrings," he said. "Thank you. They were a gift from my husband on our anniversary," Priya said. "Where is your husband now?" Raj asked. "He's out of town on a business trip. He works for a software company and travels frequently," Priya said. "When did he leave?" Raj asked. 2 days ago. He's supposed to be back tomorrow," Priya said. Raj nodded and put the earrings back in the box. He closed it and returned it to its place on the shelf. He then walked over to the closet and opened it. He saw several rows of shoes, bags, scarves, hats, and other accessories. He pulled out a black leather jacket and sniffed it. He frowned and handed it to Rajesh. "Smell this," he said. Rajesh took the jacket and smelled it. He detected a faint but unmistakable odor of perfume. "It smells like rose," he said. "Exactly," Raj said. "And not just any rose. This is Rose Noir, a very expensive and exclusive perfume that only a few women in Mumbai can afford." He turned to Priya and asked, "Do you wear this perfume?" Priya looked surprised and shook her head. No, I don't. I've never even heard of it, she said. Then whose jacket is this? Raj asked. Priya gasped and reached for the jacket. That's my husband's jacket. He must have left it here by mistake, she said. Raj raised an eyebrow and said, Are you sure? Priya nodded vigorously and said, Yes, I'm sure. It's his jacket. He wears it all the time. Raj smiled slightly and said, Well then, Mrs. Sharma, I'm afraid I have some bad news for you. What do you mean? Priya asked nervously. I mean that your husband is not out of town on a business trip. He's right here in Mumbai. And he's having an affair with another woman, Raj said. Priya gasped again and looked at him incredulously. What? No. That's impossible. How can you say that? She asked. It's elementary, my dear Mrs. Sharma, Raj said. The evidence is clear. He pointed at the jacket and said, This jacket belongs to your husband, but it smells like rose noir perfume, which you don't wear. He pointed at the laptop on the desk and said, This laptop belongs to your husband as well. But if you open it up and check his mails, you'll find that he has some very doubtful data and that he has been chatting with various women online. He pointed at the vase of flowers on the coffee table and said, I am also doubtful of these flowers. I'll tell you when the time comes. He pointed at the earrings in the jewelry box and said, And these earrings, I'll also tell something about them. He pointed at Priya's necklaceless neck and said, And finally, your necklace is not missing because someone stole it from your apartment. It's missing because your husband took it with him when he left for his rendezvous with his mistress. Raj then said, I'll leave for now and I'll be back by 5 p.m. We will have coffee then and I'll share some more. Saying this, Raj left with his friend. Till 5 p.m., Priya waited both of them eagerly, and when finally the doorbell rang at 5 p.m., she opened the door instantly. Raj entered the room with his friend and without any delay started saying, One of my friend's relative works at the flower shop where these flowers came from. I checked for the date and your husband bought these flowers 4 days ago. But the pair of earrings was not bought by him. The pair of earrings has a mark on it. I consulted the jeweler and your husband never bought it. I doubt it was given to him by some lady. Priya stared at him in shock and disbelief. She felt tears sting her eyes as she realized that what he said was true. She collapsed on the bed and sobbed uncontrollably. Raj looked at her sympathetically but coldly. I'm sorry to be the bearer of such bad news, he said. But you asked me to find your necklace and I did. He turned to Rajesh and said. Rajesh asked Raj, How did you know that her husband took the necklace with him? Raj smiled and said, It was elementary, my dear Rajesh. Remember the photo on the mantelpiece? The one that showed Priya and her husband on their wedding day? Yes, what about it? Rajesh asked. Well, if you look closely at Priya's neck, you'll see that she was wearing the necklace in the photo. The same necklace that she said her grandmother gave her on her wedding day, Sherlock said. So? Rajesh asked. So, the necklace was very expensive one. A gold chain with a ruby pendant shaped like a lotus flower. Do you know what that means? Sherlock asked. No, what does it mean? Rajesh asked. It means that the necklace was a symbol of love and devotion. A lotus flower is a sacred symbol in Hinduism, representing purity, beauty, and enlightenment. It also grows in muddy water, rising above the dirt and blooming into a magnificent flower. It's a metaphor for how love can overcome any obstacle and shine brightly, Raj explained. Wow, that's very poetic, Rajesh said. Yes, it is. And it also explains why her husband took the necklace with him when he left for his affair. He wanted to give it to his mistress as a sign of his new love. He wanted to start a new life with her, leaving behind his old one with Priya, Raj said. That's horrible, Rajesh said. Yes, it is. But it's also very foolish. Because by taking the necklace with him, he left behind a clue that led me to the truth. A clue that only I could see, Raj said. What clue? Rajesh asked. The perfume, Raj said. The perfume? Rajesh asked. Yes, the perfume. Rose Noir, to be precise. The perfume that was on his jacket, but not on Priya. The perfume that only a few women in Mumbai can afford. The perfume that belongs to his mistress, Raj said. How do you know that? Rajesh asked. Because I've met her before, Raj said. You have? Rajesh asked. Yes, I have. She's one of my clients. A wealthy widow who hired me to find out who killed her husband. A case that I solved last month, Raj said. Really? Who was she? Rajesh asked. Her name is Mrs. Malhotra. And she lives in the same apartment building as Priya, Raj said. Now, Priya was really angry. She said, I'm going to inform this to police right now. I'll see how he escapes now. Thanks a lot, she said to Raj. Raj did not say anything but left the room with his friend.